All right, welcome to another episode of Wayne's World Garage. Phil and I are at the sawmill today doing a little bit of work, putting these pulleys back on. Hope you enjoy. There we go, put that on there. As I learn more about this, it's actually, you know what I mean, how to do this, editing it like that, it's kind of more fun. There's that. Should we put, let me put some grease on the shaft before we put it on, maybe, you think?
Yeah, well, I'll just
see if it fits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you pull that handle back?
Yes.
Angle's bad.
Oh yeah, make sure they go in the holes.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Let's see this one first.
Ooh, am I too tight on that? Jeez, almost. Wow. I just left a 1/4 inch out of it because, you know, remember we said there's a lot of...
Yeah. Well, this one had to play, that one doesn't.
Oh, okay, good. Well, that looks like that's all right.
Yeah.
How about that? All right.
That was just pretty grease gun.
Is any grease shooting out those holes?
I hadn't tried to put it in. I did. That was just greasing up the shaft and everything.
Changing tubes of grease is still something I like doing inside with gloves on because it never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the problem of our noise though, that's for sure.
No, I was at the Pulley.
Yep. See any come out?
Huh?
Did any come out the side?
A little bit.
Cool. How nice is that? So, oddly, this one here was worn very little. That one was worn a lot and on one side. Why? Who knows? You know what I mean? So because this one's under, this is under tension when you pull it back.
Yeah. Well, driving forward, you're up against the pressure of the saw.
What do you mean?
You're fighting the saw and the carriage that go forward, so this actually takes more stress. That one,
but this is going forward now, right? Yeah, this is going forward. Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. You're right. You're right. Oh, tighten it down more.
We may not be able to. It looks like it's already down all the way.
Oh, that's all right. Get a bigger bolt.
You have to come back and just push it back.
Yeah, yeah. You got it snug. Wow.
Yeah, I had it all the way down.
You did. Let me just see.
And it,
Give that a shot now.
okay.
Good. I mean, there's not a lot of.
Must have been a
There's not a lot of screw up. There's not a lot of option here. You know, as far as how to.
Must have been like a half a turn, and I didn't have it down far enough.
These had grease fittings on them also.
I don't think there's much left in here.
Why does that not surprise? That's what I would say. Just get a little bit. Make sure we get a little bit on the shaft, so we know we're good there. But I think we'll be good. What was that nice? Woo! How exciting! All right.
Yeah, that has to be greased before they can be used. But.
Yep. Good job. If we can loosen this up, I'm going to take it home. I'm going to clean the bearings out, and I'm going to re-grease them.
Okay.
And then, if it's easy to do, and I think it is.
Oh, it's just a matter of the same thing we did on the other one.
Yep. So let me. So the first step here is to loosen the cable. So this is on a turnbuckle, and the turnbuckle, of course, is bolted to the back of the carriage. So Phil's loosening that up quite a bit now, so we can just drop the pulley and be on with the program. Huh. Actually, you like pipe pliers?
Nah, it's just a matter of, I just got to pull this cotter pin.
Okay. Actually, here.
Yeah, probably need to find another one of these.
So smart enough to remember the nut on this old one was some odd sized nut that I don't have any sockets for, which I had to scratch my head on. All we gotta do is push, see. So you reach the bottom nut with that guy. Oh, and the top one's different now too.
Oh, you don't have a socket?
I don't have a socket because I brought all these sockets. I got more wrenches. Is that the same size as the nut in the bottom? I've got another wrench I'll bring. I'll get.
Good question.
It's different than a square nut. That one. So this one, I'll bet you this one might have been replaced. It's about the same size.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see what size it is. Let me get a wrench on it. This is too small.
Yeah.
And that's 1 5/16.
Is the other end the same?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Let me see if that one. Let me see if that fits down below.
Okay, but it's that's why I said they're the same size. Not. That was 1 5/16. Sorry, we have.
Yeah.
We have a solution. I don't have 3/8. Here's our options, Bill.
Huh?
Here's our options. Let's try this 1 1/2. Which is probably too big. And then we got a pipe wrench. We'll get it off. Oh, you good?
Yeah. It's not our hard.
Okay. I feel like a supervisor here. Hurry up. My hands are getting cold.
There.
If you want, I'll have you do that.
There you go. There's a couple more to go. There you go. You're done. Hold on a second.
Oh, see, this is different. This has already got big S wires, So this may need just keep spinning it, or I may need to tap. I've got a hammer. Tap it out. That's good news. This is
It's not damaged at all.
That's good. That's good news. Oh, that's interesting.
Different setup.
This is a bushing. This is aluminum. Oh, that's hilarious. So what they did here, it's supposed to be the same setup.
That's all destroyed.
See that?
But it doesn't look like it's damaged or anything.
This is
This side too.
so they made this bushing so it contact. That's fascinating. Well, it's all right. It's good. We'll take it apart. We'll take. We'll play around with it and see what it looks like. So this is actually important. So I'll take a break here just to explain this. If you look at this pulley, there's 2 bearings in it. You can't see that, but there's a top one and a bottom one. And you see some metal missing, and you see some of the balls for the ball bearing. That's the dust shield. It's not meant to keep water out or anything like that. It's just a dust seal, but it's worn out. The reason it's worn out is because somebody, and they had the right idea, they put a spacer on top of it, but the spacer, should be pushing against the inner race of the bearing. It wasn't, probably because it wore out. So instead it damaged the race, it damaged the dust shield, top and bottom dust shield, allowing dirt to get inside of it. So what you should be doing here, and we will do, I'll talk about it later, is when you put these bearings together, there needs to be a sleeve in the center of it so that you're clamping on the inner race. And the pulley itself is just spinning on the outer race. These were clamping on the entire bearing as a flat surface. So it worked for 20 years, but it's not the way to do it. So we'll fix it and do it right. No big deal. Clearly they've had problems with it before. This is
Yeah,
You know,
that's been redone.
it's been redone. It's a new bolt, not a complaint or criticism. I mean, it's working, I think, so. This is another bushing. The aluminum bushings for it. And see how they got this here so that it hits the inner race of the bushing instead of the outer race of it, and that kind of makes a lot of sense.
What if they did that?
Well, he did that because
They didn't replace the bearing, they just put that on top of it.
Or he couldn't find the right bearing, maybe, because I know there's no part numbers on it. I did some looking real quick.
I'm assuming, well, the assumption would be it would be the same bearing as the other one, but who knows?
Yeah. So this is
Looks like the same wheel.
that other one had that long shaft through it, though. I don't think it's the same wheel. Let's go take a peek.
Well, the other one's that was broken and remanufactured.
Here we are, we're back from the sawmill. Phil and I put those 8-inch pulleys on today, and that went swimmingly well. Ran out of grease, but that's okay. But what we also did is, you may recall the pulley, which has moves the carriage, has 2 pulleys, got this 3/8-inch cable on it, swings back and forth. We changed the bearings out and the bushing for that, not really, the sleeve and a new bolt, and made that like new. So we decided, let's go take the other one apart today. I don't know if that's a good idea or bad idea. So we did, and here's what we saw. I don't know if you can see that. The seal on this, it's a dust seal, certainly is not what it used to be. So the dust seal's shot, and it needs replacing. And what they did, it's not the right pulley for it. It doesn't matter, a pulley's a pulley. I don't know what this came off of. Check this out, it's got holes in it, like they balanced it, so it goes 8,000 RPM. Maybe it came off a Huey or something, I don't know. And what they do, they've got this nice big bolt, a BAB, big American bolt. Get your head out of the gutter, please. And they made these bushings up, and the whole idea of the bushing is it was so that the inner part of this bushing here touches the inner race when they compress it. It's a good idea, and that's kind of the clue what you should do. They made 2 of those bad boys. The problem is, what they didn't do is, in between these 2 bearings, there's nothing to prevent them from sliding in any further. I don't think. I'll find out shortly. So I'm going to pop these 2 bearings out, see what they look like, maybe make a new sleeve for it, and get cracking. So the first step is pop these bad boys out. I don't think it shouldn't be too much drama. Famous last words. Put this on here. I'll be right back. Hope you can see this. So I'm tapping. I'm assuming tap, these will pop out. Could be wrong. Maybe with a bigger punch they will. Let's see. I feel like it's coming out. Bless, the bearing's definitely not a very wholesome bearing. Oh, it's mixed. The balls are going to be all over the floor. This is not going back in this week. Starting to move. That's a good thing. Coming out. Oh my God. We should be hearing the bearings hit the ground any minute. Nice. Almost. Oh, there we go. Check this out. I'll save them in case you have to put them back in. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen. They definitely have seen a little bit better days. Shocking, they're all coming out. It is funny. All these freaking balls are coming out on me. What a mess. There's one. Careful walking around tonight. Huh, piece of metal. I wonder if that's probably extra. I'm sure it's just an extra piece that's not needed. I mean, holy smokes. All right. Let's take a look at the next one, see what we got. The question is, look at this. Wow. Maybe I'll save the race. If I save the race and find these other balls I can put back together, no, it's not gonna happen. So I'm trying to see whether that's the race or that's the, I got something else going on here. I hope I got that on video. Cheese and rice. Hilarious. Now should get a job at the Yugo dealer. All right, so it's the race. I need to get the race out. And actually, we've got tools to do that. Or I can do it with a punch. It really depends on what I feel like doing. Feeling lazy, so I'm just gonna punch it out. Probably break it now. Maybe I will get something else to do it. Because I don't want to wreck it, that's for sure. Oh, here's the answer. Get a punch with a little bit sharper edge on it instead of a rounded one, and maybe I can catch it up in here. See how that works. I think a little bit of Loctite, this should be, I can put this back in, it'll be good. What do you think? All right, now the bearing's out. So now the question is, what's this mess look like in here? I'm losing balls, bearings. All right, it's out. Let me take a look at this, clean it up, and measure it and see what we got here. All right, well, the good news is the bearings came out. One came out quite easily, the other had a little bit more of a fight. But in the end, I'm a scrapper, and guess who lost? And so I've got the outer bearing. Got two outer bearings. I'm probably going to have a hard time putting them back together. And one inner bearing. The other one is somewhere. So hopefully, and I get it, hope is not a plan, these will be similar type standard bearings. So we'll get our measuring thing here, and we'll see what we got. My guess is they're very standardized bearings. This is not rocket science here, so don't overachieve, because they don't. Go figure, well, that's interesting, 2.45 exactly on that one. Sounds like 2.5 to me. Can't imagine being up by that much, but wow. No, they're 2.45 inches. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to measure it with my other measuring thing. 2.45? That can't be. Nobody makes anything 2.45. And the inner diameter is 0.875. 15/16 of an inch. That kind of makes sense. So 0.875. And what I need to do though is, let's see what this is here. That fits nicely on there. That's actually, I'm guessing, that's a 7/8 inch. Shocking. 0.875. I don't believe it. Okay, so what we'll do is, oh, and actually, life is good sometimes. We've got a part number. So all I gotta do is track this now. 306 something. Life is even better. So I'm gonna hang up with you guys, get on the interweb and see if we can get a couple bearings. And then we will be so happy. 3306 NGH or something. USA, made in America, by Americans. As opposed to someplace else. So here we go, we got this. Clean it up nicely so I can take it in the house and Paul won't get too terribly excited. I'm talking to myself. All right, so what I did here was I ordered 2 bearings. The local Napa store had one in stock and one they could get the next day, Wednesday, $50 each. So I called my buddy Jeff Bezos, and he's had 2 of them for $20. And then they sent them out, and they arrived Wednesday. But I wanted to cut and finish milling this poplar log for Charlie Smith for his hay wagons, the 84-year-old guy who still bales hay. I don't know why we need hay wagon boards now for his decking for the January, but we'll get them done. So I didn't want to bore you with this, but I made 2 bushings, temporary steel bushings that we put in, worked swimmingly well on Wednesday when we cut the logs, and then I took them out, and the next video will be, I'll show you putting these bearings in and how to do these bearings. It's not hard, but there's a couple little things you need to know when you're putting bearings in like this, especially if there's 2 bearings. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and Merry Christmas.